and he continued with the address I was moving to. I confirmed it, and he hopped out and started stowing my possessions in his truck. He was done after about 45 minutes. I followed behind him in my brand new Tesla. He made good time to my apartment and unloaded the truck faster than he loaded it. He even put all my furniture into the appropriate rooms. I offered to pay him, but he just chuckled at me. I'll remember what he said until the worms eat the last of my meat from my bones. Nah, son, you're gonna pay, just not today. Soon, though, and not cash neither. I went to bed alone that night. I thought about what he said. Jesus, I'm a scumbag. My self-hatred was interrupted by a sharp knock on my door. Probably one of the girls. When I opened the door, it was not a sexually frustrated woman waiting for me, but a small, suave man. He wore a fine suit, a monocle, and a regal hat. I asked him what he wanted, and he stared at me for a few seconds before the words came out, monotone and bored. I am not here out of want, good sir. I am here to collect the agreed balance. I had no fucking clue what this guy was talking about, and I was pretty sure I could just kick his ass. Besides, he was technically trespassing, and it was very late. I threatened to call the cops, or alternatively offered to see to his leaving personally. The small man laughed at me, making blood rise to my face. My emotions got the better of me, and without thinking, I lunged at him. I know I didn't miss, but in my state of frenzy he must have slipped behind me somehow. I felt my hand burn, suddenly and sharply. I heard a small plop in front of me and immediately got dizzy. On the ground in front of me lay my left pinky and half of my ring finger, lying pale in a small puddle of my blood. I screamed and wrapped my body around my hand. I was so dizzy, my heart was pounding, just pumping blood right into my shirt and sweatpants. I heard his wretched laugh behind me again. I reckon that's about 1%. I'll see you again in a month, you pitiful fool. I turned and he was already gone. I immediately grasped the context of what he said and desperately tried to find the website I filled out the subscription form on. I checked my email, my browsing history, everything. All I managed to do was smear blood all over my brand new phone. I dialed 911 and they came within minutes. They ended up sewing up the wounds on my hand and bandaging it, making no attempt to reattach my lost digits. I asked my doctors and nurses, and really anyone who would talk to me, what happened to my fingers, but they all looked at me like I was crazy. When I got back home late that night, the pool of my blood was still on the floor, but my 1.5 fingers were missing. I knew the paramedics didn't pick them up. I knew it was the small man. I knew that was my fee for my lavish lifestyle.